Welcome to the 2025 Twin Cities Film Fest, brought to you by Stearns Bank. I'm Sarah McPeck on the red carpet at Marcus West End Cinema with co-writer and director Eric Lin of the fantastic movie Rosemead. Now, Rosemead is based on a tragic, devastating story. How did you come to learn of it, and what made you want to make a feature film about this?
Well, I had read the article that Frank Xiong wrote that our script is based on, and it really landed with me. I mean, I saw my family within the story of that family, and I felt like I really understood kind of all the circumstances and the behaviors that would have led them to, I don't want to spoil it, but for what happened to have happened. I grew up in Southern California, so I knew that area. We went out to Monterey Park and San Gabriel Valley every weekend. So it felt like a story that was very close to me and very, I really felt personally invested when I read the story, and I felt like I could tell it truthfully. And, and I really wanted, in many ways, when I read the story, it broke my heart, and I wanted to break people's hearts too, because I hope that they see themselves in the family as well.
Representation is so important, especially when we're talking about mental health and immigrant families, where a lot of times people don't want to talk about what's actually going on. How did this character, Irene, portray the mother's love throughout this movie?
Yeah, I mean, so much of the, I feel like the sadness of the film comes about because you start to see how like shame and isolation really closed doors to them when they could have sought help, when they needed connection. And there were so many opportunities, like where the film takes place is in the San Gabriel Valley. It's a huge ethnic enclave of Chinese, so it wasn't a language or cultural barrier that she couldn't overcome to reach out for help. It was really something that was internalized, and that for me is like part of the heartbreak of the film.
You worked with Lucy Liu, and this is a very dramatic movie for her. How did you help collaborate and bring Lucy through this character?
I mean, Lucy's amazing. She is, she's incredible. She's Lucy Liu. And, when we, first were trying to cast the film, we were aiming for the moon, and Lucy was the top of our list. And then when she said yes, we were just, overjoyed. But what was even more inspiring was how hard of a worker she is when it comes to like defining character. And we went through like almost every line of dialogue to really kick it around, and we wanted to make sure everything really felt appropriate to the story. So she was so invested and committed into getting the script right, because she also was so invested in the film. So it was really an incredible collaboration, and I felt like that a lot of the work that we put in together in the script and the dialogue and just talking it through the scenes and the prep really laid the foundation for when we were shooting, because it was it's an indie film, so it's fast and furious, so we didn't have a lot of time for talking on set, so we had to do it in prep, and we had that time together, which was amazing.
What is your takeaway from creating this movie, and what do you hope other people take away from this?
Yeah, we hope this film sparks a conversation, about mental health, about shame and isolation and the stigma around mental health, and the need for connection. We really hope people walk away and feel that need to talk about it.
Well, thank you so much for delving into such an important topic that really spans everybody. This affects everyone. Thank you for joining us at the red carpet at the 2025 Twin Cities Film Fest. My name is Sarah McPeck, and I'll see you back here on the red carpet real soon.